Hello everyone. In the last lecture we have seen basics of data structure, how abstract data type we can use for representing data structure, how it is giving guideline, ADT is giving guideline for data structure. Now we will move to the next part, that is what are the different types of data. Data structures types are divided based on how the memory allocation is performed, how the graphical representation of that data structure, what is the life of the contents of that data structure. Based on that, different types are divided. First is based on graphical representation of data structure. So we can graphically represent different data structure linearly or non-linearly. So based on that we have two types of data structure: linear data structures, non-linear data structure. Linear data structure, we can define that the elements in it are adjacent to each other. We can say that each element has exactly two neighbors available except first and the last element in that data structure. So examples are array. As we know, it is a collection of same data type. They are stored at the same level. Linked list, where again these are the nodes which are in which are collected in one set, and they are dynamically linked to each other. Stack, queues, these are the data structure which we are saying these are linear data structure. In detail in the next lectures we are going to see how they work, how they are defined, but here I am just showing the representation. First it is an array, second it is a linked list, this is stack where insertion and deletion is happening only from one end, and this is queue where insertion is happening from the rear end and deletion is occurring from the front end, just like queue we are implementing in our day-to-day life. So here we can see in all the cases elements are stored at the same level. All elements are at the same level. So that's why we are saying they are linear in nature. They are linearly represented. For every node we can see for B I have predecessor as A and successor as C. For C, predecessor is C, B and successor is D. So for every node we have two adjacent nodes to it. That's why this is called as a linear data structures. Non-linear data structure, here representation is or arrangement is occurred in a hierarchical form. So here data will be present at the multiple levels. So one element can have more than two neighbors available. Examples are tree and graph. So here you can see tree in the first figure, that 40 is a root. It is at the highest level, and in the next levels remaining nodes are present. Remaining data are present. So we can find out that for 40 I have three different successors available. For 90 I have two successor available and one predecessor is available. So here you can have multiple number of predecessors and successors available to every element in the data structure. So this is tree data structure which is hierarchically created. Another, it is a graph data structure. So in this also nodes are connected to each other. Not necessarily all nodes are connected, but we can get a path from one node to another node. So here you can see there are multiple levels available and they are divided at the multiple levels. So this is non-linear data structure. Next type of data structure, it is based on the memory allocation. How memory is allocated to that data structure, based on that type of data structure is defined. So two ways we can do the memory allocation: static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. That's why based on that static data structures are available and dynamic data structures are available. Static data structures, so in that we are saying once we have created or allocated memory for that data structure, we cannot remove that, we cannot modify that. So memory allocation, it is happening at the compile time. When I am compiling my program, that time compiler has allocated memory to that. So when I am executing that, I cannot remove that memory, or I cannot modify that size of data structure. Example is array. As already we have studied array, we know that array, it is a collection of number of elements. But when we are writing in a program, initially at compile time only, I need to specify the size of array. If you are not specifying, you will get the execution. At the time of execution, you will get the error. So now when we are compiling the program, at the time of compilation only, my compiler is going to see how much memory I have to allocate for that particular array. Based on its data type, it is allocating. Once it is allocated, we cannot use that allocated memory, that we cannot remove or that we cannot modify for that particular array of elements. That's why array, it is static memory, static data structure, as well as array, it is a linear data structure also. Dynamic data structure, from this we can say it is exactly reverse for the static. We can do memory allocation at execution time. We can remove as well as allocate memory at execution time. So allocation will be done at the execution time. Deallocation also we can do at the execution time. Linked list is an example of data structure, dynamic data structure, in which every node memory of will be allocated at runtime. Whenever I want to store data for some variable, I will allocate it at runtime memory for that. Once my work is done with that variable, if I want to remove that, I can deallocate memory allocated for that variable. Next type of data structure, these are based on life, how much time the contents of that data structure retain. Based on that, types of data structures are defined. They are persistent data structures and ephemeral data structure. Persistent data structure, we are saying we are preserving all the previous versions of particular variable which is defined. So persistent data structure is the one where multiple versions are simultaneously accessible. After an update also, we can get both the old value of that variable as well as new value of that variable. Both we can access. So these types of data structures normally used in functional programming languages. Functional programming languages are based on functional programming paradigm. So functional programming paradigm, basically they evolved from the lambda calculus. They are very much mathematical. So it is little bit difficult to perform programming by making use of functional programming paradigm, but they are very effective, and it for more focuses on program, what program want to accomplish, instead of how that program should be executed. In detail, we have functional programming paradigm as well as declarative programming paradigm in the next course, that is programming procedural programming languages. So there we will see in another type, that is a ephemeral data structures. Ephemeral data structures is the one for which only one version is available for one one variable at a time. Only single version is available. So even we have updated value of that, it will be, it is going to use new updated value of a variable and not the previous one. Previous one will be overwritten by the new values. So ephemeral data structures are used in imperative programming languages. Imperative programming languages are based on imperative programming paradigm, which uses statements. because of that statement, program state is going to change. Program state, it is changing. It focuses on how program operates. Writing program in imperative programming language is easy easier than the functional programming languages. People most of the time they are preferring to go for the imperative programming languages. Nowadays, functional programming uh, is active area of research in the field of programming language theory. Scala is the JavaScript. Then in C++ also we can implement functional programming we can. So summary of this, we have seen different data structures. We are going to study different data structures, that array, linked list, stack, queues, tree, graph. These are the data structure. We will just summarize how they are coming for which type of data structure. Array, we have seen they are linear data structures as well as they are static data structures. Linked list, it is a linear data structure because their representation is linear, but memory allocation is happening at the dynamic time. So we are saying they are linear as well as they are dynamic data structures. Stack and queue, both are linear data structure, but when memory allocation is happening at statically, that time we will say we have implemented stack or a queue statically. When it is dynamically memory allocation is occurred, that time we are saying they are implemented as linear and dynamic. Tree and graph also same, as they are non-linear data structure. Hierarchically they are storing data. They can be implemented as static or dynamic. So in the next lecture now we will go to see algorithm, basics of algorithm, and how we can calculate or how we can see the performance of algorithms. Thank you.